good, YouTube? We headed into Rosemont to convention, Fan Expo. We are headed there to meet John Cena, who is doing his final year of wrestling. So it's either now or never. The last time is now, so we are taking this last time is now. Here's Malin. She's going to be dressing as Chelsea Green, but she's not going to wear the hat on the way to Chicago. Are you excited?
Yes.
And you can already tell from the shirt. I don't know if you can get a good look at the hair or not, but your boy is going as Carmelo Hayes, and I don't think I missed. So I'm pretty excited too. My wife is driving. She'll be going as Cactus Jack. So I'll give y'all a little bit of an update here once we get rolling, once we get in there, all that. I ain't going to be videoing no footage of John Cena because I heard he don't like that. But pictures will come and we will be filming footage from the actual convention. So like walkthroughs and all that, your boy got you covered on that one. So see you in a bit. What's good, YouTube? Alan Spotty and Malin here again. And we just got home probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours ago from our experience at Chicago Fan Expo 2025. We were really excited to go to this event. This was our chance to meet John Cena, so we got our photo ops. Seemed like a pretty quick ride. I think we were so excited it seemed like a short ride this time. Usually when that happens, it seems like the ride takes forever, but you know, we both were awake the entire ride, chatting, snacking, stuff like that, and I shot a little footage prior to that before the trip, and as you can see, Malin is in her Chelsea Green cosplay. I am in my Carmelo Hayes cosplay. Decided to take the sunglasses off because I don't really like to wear my sunglasses in the house too much. So I guess we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about our experience today at Chicago Fan Expo. So from where I live, it took maybe a little bit under 2 hours to get there. Parking, everything, all that went smooth once you paid to park, all that. Getting in there was okay. Now, actually getting inside and getting in the line to find out where we go to get our photo out with John Cena, that was another story. That didn't seem like it went so smooth. We had a couple of workers there that really didn't seem like they knew what they were doing. We had some workers telling us to do this and some telling us to do that. And thankfully, finally we were told all we need is our QR code right from the phones to go in and get the picture with John Cena. And once we got in line, everything went smooth. Lines moved quickly. I believe the line started moving at about 10:30. I believe we got up to our photo op at 10:50. So now that we're on to that, I'm going to go ahead and talk to Malin about her experience first. Malin actually got into the photo with my wife, Reed, for the John Cena picture. Malin, what was your experience like meeting John Cena?
It was pretty fun getting a picture with him because I don't think at any other con I got a picture with him. I don't think.
And you better be glad you got it now because like the man said, the last time is now. This is his final year of wrestling, and this is really when you started watching John Cena and stuff. I know you weren't a big fan of him because of the feud with Cody Rhodes, but I think he grew on you after SummerSlam when he turned good again. And as you can see from this experience, would you agree that John Cena is a good guy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Was he nice to you?
Yeah, he was super nice.
That's what counts.
But if I had to rate it out of 1 out of 10, I would rate it a 10. What would you rate it?
Well, I'm going to talk about my experience first because I got a lot to talk about. Ooh, excuse me. Should have brought a little drink over here or something for this podcast. So my experience with Cena, I'm just going to say this. And this is probably going to make a buddy of mine really mad because I have a friend who hates John Cena. And I don't mean to rub this in your face, bro, but my experience was awesome. In the words of The Miz, my experience was awesome. And I'm going to tell you why. So we get into the line for John Cena. And I've got so many people just stopping me like crazy and being like, hey, it's him. Acknowledging my Carmelo Hayes cosplay. And a couple of people said they had to do a double take. They're like, we really thought you were Carmelo. We really thought you were Carmelo Hayes. You know, I kind of joked with them a little bit. I said, hey, if I was really Carmelo Hayes, I would be one of the guys y'all would be paying to meet in this line too. But you know, that was a really fun experience for me, and I really love it when people acknowledge our cosplays and tell us how good of a good job we did. And you got quite a bit of compliments too. You had a lot of adults stopping over and telling you how cute you were, and I think you even had one lady say she's even cuter than the real Chelsea.
Yep, she did say that. One of the ladies did.
And another interesting fact about this is Chelsea Green actually shared a photo of Malin in her Chelsea Green gear and me as Carmelo Hayes, and apparently all of this was spotted by Jordan Grace originally, which she even ended up sharing too. So I thought that was awesome. Now, as far as my experience with Cena, why it was so great. So I'm standing in line, aside from getting all the good compliments from people, being stopped, taking pictures, all this, all that. There was a guy that came over, a podcaster who I will be subscribing to here shortly. And he came over and I could kind of hear him off in the corner talking about, hey, that guy's got a Carmelo Hayes cosplay. And he sounded like he was really impressed with that. But he came over a little later and he interviewed me. And I stayed in character for this interview as Carmelo Hayes. And he kind of talked about, we want to see Carmelo Hayes versus John Cena. So I stayed in character for that. And I said, you know what? John Cena might have said the last time is now. But the last time can't be now until he steps into the ring with Carmelo Hayes. And I really do want to see that match. I think Carmelo Hayes is a very, very talented man. And I really think he deserves a bigger push than what they're doing him on the main roster. Because at NXT, even you know this, Malin, that guy was a worker. He was awesome. And you remember when we went to SmackDown in Rosemont, Carmelo Hayes actually pinned Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
By itself is saying something. That's what got him qualified for that Money in the Bank match that year. But that was probably the highlight of me being in Cena's line was that podcast. Now, actually getting into the photo op room with John Cena, even better. So I walk up, I shake John Cena's hand. We do the picture. And when the picture is over, he says, your cosplay is sick, bro. He acknowledged the hell out of this cosplay. And I thought that was real cool coming from Cena. That was real cool. So right before I stepped out of the photo booth area, I said to him, I said, Melo versus Cena, we got to make it happen. He gave me a little nod and a thumbs up, and I went on my way. But I'm really glad I got the chance to meet Cena now, especially with this being his last run, which I think is easily probably some of his best stuff. Now, I think my favorite character for John Cena was actually when he was doing the Thugonomics stuff, because I felt like every time he came out and cut a promo, it was always different. Mm-hmm. You know, that's some stuff I got to show you, actually. I think you would have liked Cena stuff back then.
Yeah, I think I would. I have one thing to say. What do we do today that would make our day at one of our most funnest cons?
Today? Mm-hmm. Just the entire experience, I think. Because, I mean, this was our only photo op.
There was this one thing that we did. What was it? I remember.
Oh, I know exactly what Malin is talking about. I was actually going to get down to that a little later, because I was going to talk about us walking down, like, to the floors, the areas where you buy props and stuff like that. You know, it was cool, but truth be told, this is one of the very few cons where I really just didn't care to buy anything. I mean, it was cool seeing everything. I really love seeing the wrestling merchandise.
Me either, though.
I did love seeing the wrestling merchandise, but I don't even think that was for sale. I think it was more for, like, show. They had a Golden WrestleMania title, and it had a pretty awesome John Cena Farewell Tour spinner belt, which I thought was sick. And I do believe we saw a Penta and a Rey Fenix mask. So that was actually pretty dope. I would like to own a Penta mask one of these days, too. We also ran into a Stephanie Vicaire cosplayer, which we thought was really impressive. And Malin even ran into another Chelsea Green cosplayer, which was very cool. So now we get to more fun that we had here. And I think, aside from meeting Cena, the most fun we had. And thankfully, there was a kid cosplaying as Logan Paul that let us know this was going on. So there was a wrestling show going on later But this. I think the show was going on maybe a little after we left, maybe like after 3 o'clock. So about 1 o'clock, we went in this room that this cosplayer told us about. And he was telling us about how you can do a wrestling entrance or get in the ring and take a photo. And I said, you know, Malin, we need to do that. You know, especially with you being in your Chelsea cosplay and me being in my Carmelo Hayes one. So we went down there. We did that. You know, they do charge a price for that. But, you know, there was something about this experience that really hit me hard.
I know what it is.
And I got to be real with you guys. Yes, I paid to do a entrance like Carmelo Hayes. But the minute I walked along that rail, a few tears hit my eye because you guys know that even though I wasn't like a guy that wrestled every single day, and I was, even with what experience I did have, I still felt I was fairly new to it. You know, any guy that I've been in the ring with will tell you that. Most of the time, I'll be honest, I feel like the opponent really had to carry me, really had to show me the ropes. But, this hit me hard that, you know, my wrestling days are over. And it hit me hard, and it hit me good. So I went out, did my entrance as Carmelo Hayes with the music, might I add. They do ask you if you want to use the music, and they actually will download that for you, and so you have a full entrance going on. And Malin did her Chelsea Green entrance, which she kept saying to herself, oh, I did terrible. And I told her, I said, no, it was awesome. And we went back and watched the footage. It was awesome. I'm glad Malin got this experience too. Now a little something I did later, we went back in for a photo of the both of us, and we took like a back-to-back one, and then we took one holding our titles. I did one where Malin is draping her foot across my chest and pinning me for the 1, 2, 3. And I think a couple of people in the crowd actually counted the 1, 2, 3. And somebody in the crowd goes, Mello jobbed again. And everybody there just started laughing. And then you could hear a mom in the crowd say, hey, at least he put his little girl over. And then the crowds came, you know, the claps came again. But that was really cool. And seeing Malin get in the ring and seeing her smile just light up, even if she was, you know, cosplaying as Chelsea Green, that was something. I mean, Malin has talked about maybe when she grows up being a wrestler, and, you know, as much as I don't recommend anybody to go down that path, I mean, if that's what she wants to do when she grows up, I'm going to support it. And I'm going to be her biggest fan. I promise to God I'm going to be her biggest fan. But I got to be real with y'all. Just being in that ring and doing that today, it really hit home, y'all. I really just want to do this a couple more times, but you guys know how picky I am. I want to be in like 100% shape that I was in before, and I just don't know that I can do that anymore with the metal being in my arms and not being able to really do like dumbbell curls and stuff. But, you know, I think I'm getting a little carried away talking about my wrestling dreams still being there and stuff, when this review is more about the experience we had at Fan Expo. But I gotta say, I've had a lot of fun at this show, even though we only did one professional photo. You know what? Today you showed me something. This ain't always about the celebrities. It's about the fun you have out of it. And this was a really fun time that I had today. This was a lot of fun. You know, I ran into a lot of very nice people. People were just super friendly, just acknowledging the cosplays. You know, that's what I like. You know, going to stuff like this and just seeing happy people, you know, compliments, chatting it up. This is what it's about. This is what puts a smile on my face, and I was glad to see it put a smile on Malin's face today too. So maybe I'll throw some footage in here from the actual con at the end of this video. But I gotta say, this was a perfect way to spend my day today. And if I'm going to review this experience, aside from like the little cluster that was at the beginning, I'm gonna give the experience. I think I'm gonna give the experience. I'm gonna go ahead and say a 4 out of 5. I have been to some better cons, but this one was still good. I know you said you gave it a perfect 10, so I'm pretty sure that means if this was out of 5, Malin would give it a 5. I'm glad she thought it was a perfect con. That's what I want to hear. You know?
I mean, I always wanted to step in the ring, but I finally got to.
And I'm pretty sure you thought it was worth it, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Yep. So I think that's where we're going to end this review of the Fan Expo Chicago 2025. And I hope you liked the video. And if you did, go ahead and hit that like button and please subscribe. We got in line. Getting ready to meet John Cena. I think I'm about to throw down a challenge, Cena. You can't retire until you go one-on-one with him. Come on in here, Chelsea. Just a little bit of this. Then we're gonna wrap up here shortly. What'd you think, Chelsea? Did you have fun?
Yes.
Yeah. Our day was mostly all wrestling related. We got a photo op with Cena, and we did nice little ring entrance and stuff. They had a little something going on here. We did Carmelo Hayes entrance. She did her Chelsea Green. I can't lie to y'all. I got very emotional because I miss being in the ring. I just want to do this one more time. Y'all already know. As for her, she'll probably be doing it for a long time. She'll probably grow up and do it. And probably be better than the pros. I didn't want to film too much because it's not a whole lot of walking room in this place here. Didn't leave with any merchandise this year, nothing like that. You know, nothing wrong with saving the money. Nothing really caught my attention. Most of what I did was stop and take pictures with everybody, same with her. But overall, I'm still satisfied.